Okay, friends, subscribers, and all you YouTubers out here, what you're actually looking at is an actual second image of the light on Mars. And I'm going to apologise in advance, folks. I've actually made the mistake of drinking too much chalky milk, or the cocoa, whatever you call in America. I've been yawning. This is my fourth attempt at trying to make this video, but I'm not going to stop and start again. It's driving me nuts. So if I yawn, I'm apologising in advance. Let's just say if you ever plan to make a video, don't drink too much chocolate milk. I've had to counteract it with a massive glass of Pepsi Max. So, okay, folks, the images run in a order. This is image number 1. Then we have image number 2, image number 3, and it's recaptured in image number 4 as it's going around the post. Now it seems there is a few images missing, so I think it was actually captured by a few other images, and they've realised that these two got out before anybody and I think that the other images have just been removed, very conveniently removed, like they normally do. Because whenever something gets discovered with NASA, things tend to disappear real fast. So we're going to go back to this. Now, I'm going to talk about this because I've upped the 2 light images to 3000, again, pixels per square inch. But I want to make a point of something, and that's the aura that's coming off this. That is definitely I think it's some kind of flame, folks. I really, truly do think it's some kind of flame. And I think that's the hole that it's coming out of. There is sufficient light around here to say that this is actually lighting up the area around. And there's little puffs of heat coming across everywhere. There's a puff of heat coming off it up. So it is generating heat. And you get that type of waviness above stuff that is when stuff's hot. But the strange thing is, now I've had to revamp this, folks, right? Because I forgot to save it when I did the last video. So I think this could be, now I'm only saying, I think this could be similar to an industrial vent where they burn off material, right? And I think that's what we actually have here, right? Because when we go to the next image, okay, it's missed because it's just behind the hill, because there's that bit of the hill and it's just over here, and then bang, there it is there. Now, the only thing that got me about this at first, is it the same vent, or is this thing actually moving on the surface? Because when we zoom in on it, you can still see it's generating the heat. It does still have that darkness underneath it, but that darkness underneath it could be a shadow. But unfortunately, what gets me is I want to jump from there. I'm going to get them to about the same level. So it could be in the same position, or it could be moving. So I'm going to try and get them to about there. Right, so yeah, there is a distance between the hill. And the distance could be just mysterious there. But to me, I think that is moving. I really, truly think that's moving. I've been examining this for about 3 hours now, just playing with it, jumping back and forth, just doing this and looking at the different images and just going, and going, But why is it shorter? Okay, well, if it is in the same position, and that's the vent, but here comes the quasi, whatever you want to call it. I looked at the shadows. Okay, shadows are coming down in that at an angle. So then I come back to here. Okay, all the shadows are on this side, so that corresponds with everything. Then we look here. Guess what? We got a shadow in the correct position. Right, now when we go back to this image, right, shadow is on this side, but the shadow's in the center here. Now, that's what makes it look like it's a vent, is that hole. But when you go to this image, it's away, it's not directly above the thing. Its shadow is perfect to the direction of the shadows, the way the shadows are forming. So, and the shape has changed. Is it another craft, being, whatever? Or is it a vent that just happens to be shooting and it's just shot off in a different direction with the wind? I don't think so, because of that bit. Right? That bit says most of the heat is on that side. Now, if there was a wind direction blowing in that direction, that bit there would be pretty much the norm. And I've tried to zoom in on it, folks, and I can't get too much more depth on it. It's pretty much the light is a light. And so, yeah, we can't do too much. We can zoom in on a rock. Why did I zoom in on that particular rock? Have a look at this particular rock. It just looks kind of weird, don't it, folks? Like it's a toy of some description, or, yeah. It's got a stand there, it's got a stand there, and thing. It's got a shadow around it. Very strange. And notice this thing. It was just a bit weird to me before. I sort of looked at it and just looked at that weird shadow. And I keep on looking at that weird shadow. I think that is a probe looking at ours. But that, one of my friends says, is that a miniature alien being? Could we be dealing with a miniature race of beings? Okay, now, some people have said that these creatures are small. So like, we'll look around the other rocks. Okay, that looks like a normal rock. The best way to look around is to actually look around at the surroundings and everything. Nothing. So we'll zoom back out again. So we're going to have a look at this. No tracks. So what is it? Could it be a craft of some description? It's very freaking... This rock is very strange. Out of all the Mars rocks I have looked at, I think this is the strangest of them all, because we have here that looks like a stand. We've got a bit over here, got a bit over here, and all of a sudden we've got this stuff around here. And to me, that looks like it could be a vehicle. And yeah, I'm saying it right outright, folks. That truly looks like it could be a vehicle. So I went around and had a look at this image. Jumped over. We'll go back. Fit screen. Right, and we look around at the rocks and can't find too much. But what's this shit? Could they be tracks of an alien craft? But it looks a bit weird because it shoots off over in that other direction, comes down there. And the thing is, look at the little funny tracks to it. But it also could be water tracks. So I was zooming around, looking at rocks around here. Can't find nothing weird. Looking around, going back to our light, and examining the background area. Seeing if there's anything here. One of my friends says, "Oh no, there's a face there." So you never know, folks. Like, could there be a race of smaller beings on Mars? Now, there is that alien autopsy of that very small creature, no bigger than a hand. But it's this. This really bugs me, folks. No matter how much I look at this thing, that's not a normal rock. It's off the ground. It's being supported. And look at the weird shadow. Look at the weird shadow. Very interesting, as it was said by a German fellow. Very interesting. So you look at everything. You can't just look at one thing. You got to look at everything, folks. Rock. Right. So you keep on looking, and you got to scan like everything. You got to scan. There's something else. Is it something similar? Look at all the shadows of all the other rocks. That one looks a bit weird. So we'll zoom in on that one. Oh my God, it's another face, someone would say, because there's a lot of people out there say these things are faces. So we look at the background, have a good look, make sure that everything's right. But that light, to me, folks, I think it's moving. One reason I think it's moving, it's actually bigger. From this angle, that is bigger. It's sort of, not by much, but by a little bit. So I'm going to have a look at the... But the thing is, there were being white things spotted in some of the colour images. I'm going through them at the moment, finding them, and seeing if there's anything else weird. Like, I'd say that's a bit weird, that's a bit weird. So what are we actually looking at? What we're looking at is another physical image of a light on Mars. We have our other light on Mars. But when you look at it, this one looks like more like the flame, and this one says, yeah, vent. But see, and then you get this. This is the strange part about it. I've been trying to work out what the hell that is. Is that part of this? Because it is very weird, folks. And I've been trying to look at it and look at it and look at it. See, that looks like a tree in the back. But there is definitely heat and heat rising. To me, that looks like a flame. So whether or not this one here is just a flame that's just starting, maybe there's another vent, maybe there's more vents, and they've been finding these things regularly and everything like that. So my next video is going to be about the colour ones, if I can find them in time, unless something else comes up in the meantime. But the thing is, folks, we actually now have 2 lights on Mars. But as I said, with this one, the shadow is in a different spot. Whether or not there is a wind and it has just blown over, but that side of it tells me if there's a wind that's coming in that direction. But see, as I said before, with the shadowing's coming in that direction. So if the shadowing is coming in that direction, yeah, But this is what really gets me. Is that a little tiny alien hiding in the background? And is that his ship? Is that their vehicle form of transport on Mars? Little ships that fly around, because to me, that looks like a little ship. It really, truly looks like a little ship with a little alien on it. Have we found another species? A miniature species? And we're giants to it, to this. This guy is shit scared because he has found something way bigger than thing, and they're most probably imagining giants. And I got a funny feeling these could be the little guys that are visiting us in the bright orbs, because this could be a bright orb. This could be how they travel. You never know. So it's up to you, guys. As I said, sorry about for being tired. You got to forgive me for my last couple of vids. I have been a little bit sick, and unfortunately has been affecting my, how would you say, my, yeah, the way I do my vids. They're a bit mellower for the last couple of days, but yeah, I'm crook, so I'm sorry about that, folks. But anyhow, your eyes have been opened. The veil has been lifted. For God's sake, get onto your governments and tell them to disclose the bloody truth. Sorry, I'm not yelling too much tonight, folks, but as I said, sick. So sorry about that. Never know, there could be poison in me, but nah, it's just a joke. Food poison it was, folks. A bit of bad food from, the old, Macca's. Won't say any more, because if I just say Macca's, they can't sue me. But everybody knows what Macca's is. So open your eyes. The veil has been lifted, folks. Don't let them pull it over you, and don't let them pull the wool over your eyes anymore. There's life on Mars, and there's bloody abundance by the looks of this. Okay, friends, subscribers, and all you YouTubers out here, what you're actually looking at is an actual second image of the light on Mars. And I'm going to apologise in advance, folks. I've actually made the mistake of drinking too much chalky milk, or the cocoa, whatever you call in America. I've been yawning. Order. This is image number 1. Then we have image number 2. Image number 3. And it's recaptured in image number 4 as it's going around the post. Now, it seems there is a few images missing. So I think it was actually captured. So we're going to go back to this. Now, I'm going to talk about this because I've upped the 2 light images to 3,000, again, pixels per square inch. But I want to make a point of something. And that's the aura that's coming off this. That is definitely this is my 4th attempt at trying to make this video, but I'm not going to stop and start again. It's driving me nuts. So if I yawn, I'm apologising in advance. Let's just say if you ever plan to make a video, don't drink too much chocolate milk. I've had to counteract it with a massive glass of Pepsi Max. So, okay, folks, the images run in by a few other images, and they've realised that these 2 got out before anybody and I think that the other images have just been removed, very conveniently removed, like they normally do, because whenever something gets discovered with NASA, things tend to disappear real fast.